Hey, good morning. Hope it's a beautiful Monday morning for you. We got a little snow last night, so it's a little cold out here today, but it's a great Monday. It's going to be a great week, and I hope you had a great week last week. I was able to pray with several people. We saw some miracles. We saw things that happened. It was great, and so I just appreciate the Lord this morning. Just appreciate what He's done for me and He does for everybody in our lives. And so I want to talk today. We've been talking about showing love, practicing love, and loving ourselves. And one of the things that I want to talk about today is perspective. It seems that everybody has a little bit different perspective, even on the Word of God or church or just anything. And I learned years ago when I worked with youth offenders and did treatment groups that your perception is your reality. So what you perceive is your reality. Your perception is your reality. But if I could go around a group of people after reading a passage in a book or seeing something on TV or watching a scene take place and ask them to describe what they saw, their perceptions are going to be different. Each person's perception of what was going on is going to be different based on their life, based on the experiences they've had, based on the things that they've seen, that they've gone through. Their perception could be different on what they are seeing. And so what I'm wanting to encourage you today, I'm wanting to encourage you to check your perceptions of things that are happening in your life, things that you are considering harmful, hurtful, distressing, causing you anguish, stress, and trouble. And I want you to look at the perspective that you're looking at it, and then try and look at it the perspective that God sees it, or the perspective that somebody else might see it. If you're, for instance, having a problem at work with a coworker or a boss, try and see it from their perspective, not just your perspective. Try and see it from God's perspective on how He sees the situation. Question your own perspective, because it's based totally on your thoughts and your experiences, and it's possible that your perspective, which is your truth, may not totally be the exact truth and facts of the situation. And so we're going to read today out of Luke 13. Now, Luke here is writing in Luke, his writing here is to the Gentiles. He's not writing to the Jews as Matthew did. Luke is writing this to the Gentiles, and he's basically using this book to show the Gentiles that Jesus is for all people, not just the Jews. So, but he is putting in, if you look in Luke 13, there are 7 parables. It's probably the chapter that has the most parables in the Bible. And and parables obviously bring a lot of perspectives, but we're going to read in verse 10 of Luke 13, and we're going to read this in the Amplified Bible. It says, "Now Jesus was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath, and there was a woman for 18 years who had an illness caused by a spirit or a demon. She was bent doubled over and could not straighten up at all. When Jesus saw her, he called her over and said to her, 'Woman, you are released from your illness.' He then laid his hands on her, and immediately she stood up erect and she began glorifying and praising God. Well, of course she did. Wouldn't you if you'd been bent over for 18 years and some guy called you over and said you're healed and immediately you could stand up and everything was fine? I think I'd be praising God too. But here it is. The leader of the synagogue, he was indignant because he had healed on the Sabbath. He began saying to the crowd, there are 6 days to which work ought to be done, so come on those days and be healed, and not on the Sabbath day. Can you even imagine that? He was indignant because she got healed on the Sabbath. His perspective was, she's not following the rules. Her perspective was, I'm healed, praise God, I am healed. And Jesus' perspective was, at any time is a good time to heal. So, just a thought today. Think about your perspectives in things that are going on in your lives and try and see it from a different perspective, and maybe that will help you. So, I hope you have a great Monday. I bless you. I pray for you. If you need prayer, you can always call me. 970-466-4663, or you can email me, michael@problemsolvergroup.com. Have a great Monday, and until next Monday, God bless.